Hi, welcome to the Dull Edge. This is a podcast where we talk about all the questions we've always wanted people to ask us, but they never have, so we're just going to answer them because we feel like it. I'm Shay.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we are asking the question, why did you hate school so much?
Oh, I
Because you hated it, right?
I did.
And so did I.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I guess I didn't hate it, but it was certainly a time I wouldn't go back.
Never. I know, right? Like, you know those people who are like, oh man, I wish to go back to the glory days.
Yeah.
I'm like, you had them? Those were awful.
Yeah.
I hated school so much.
My gosh.
Okay.
So much?
Like, so much. I actually just hate the concept of it, even.
Oh my gosh.
I hate school.
What the freak?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be a good one. You're okay? Ready?
Like,
you want to go first or you want to go first?
You had an incident.
I had so many incidents. Shall I tell you about the first one?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but we're going to go. Okay.
If you want.
Kindergarten.
Bro, what the frick?
It's supposed to be the happiest time, right? Like paint and read books and have a great time.
You know, just be alive and then you go back to your parents.
Right. No. Okay, here's what happened. So there was a girl. I'm not going to say her name just in case.
Or just do. Just in case.
I don't know. Her name's
Sally
Crystal.
We know. Okay.
It's Crystal. Okay, so here's what happened. We were sitting next to each other, and I swear to you, on every real thing, I was doing nothing. I was sitting there minding my own business. Okay? I did nothing to provoke this. Which is
kind of impressive for
I know.
For a kindergarten.
I know, right?
But anyways.
Just sitting there coloring, whatever, and she hauls off and bites me. Like, so hard. Like I had it bled. My arm. She just bit my arm, and it bled. And I yelped, of course, because she bit me. So I decked her hard.
I was gonna say, did you hit her?
I so hit her hard. Not as hard as I could. Yeah.
If you hit my car.
Yeah, no, he's fine. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, okay.
But that's what happened last time, and then I had to get it fixed, and it was a whole thing. Sorry, everyone.
No, squirrel moment. Okay, anyway, so back to Crystal.
Yes.
Okay, so I punched her, and guess who got in trouble?
You?
Freaking me! What did I do?
Were you look at my blood on the outside? I'd have been like, my blood!
So of course the teacher came over, and she's like, oh, well, what's going on? We don't hit, da-da-da-da. And she was a super nice lady, right? And I'm like, look, she bit me. And she's like, well, what were you doing first? And I'm like, nothing! I didn't do anything. And she's like, well, you had to have done something. And so it turned into this whole principal thing where we had to go down to the principal's office and he yelled at us. And I'm like, okay, first of all, my dude, we're children. Don't yell. Rude.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You're literally kindergartners.
Yeah, we're kindergartners. Don't do that. It's rude. So anyway, then my mom had to get involved in everything, and they're like, well, we need to make sure that they're friends now. So I had to go over to her house and hang out with her and stuff, and she was awful, and I hated her, and she was a spoiled brat.
You had to be friends now?
They were like, you gotta be friends, and so
no, how about you just put them on opposite sides of the thing and be like, these two don't get to sit together now.
And that's what it should have been, but it wasn't. And she was like the most spoiled brat. Her parents gave her anything she wanted. If she cried, she got what she wanted. If she tantrumed, she got what she wanted, and it was awful. And so we did this whole experiment where we tried to be polite, and then eventually my mom was just like, hey, look, just stay away from her. And I'm like,
yeah, darn tootin'.
Right?
That was the whole point.
That's where it all started. I hate school from that moment forward. I'm like, you are the adults, you're supposed to be protecting me, and you're not.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I hate school so much. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Right.
What's your first story? Why do you hate school?
What do you
what do you hate about it?
I just was that kid that went in. I got bullied in junior high and stuff, whatever.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awful.
I mean, it's whatever. But I also was that person that just came in and I minded my business. I was really, really, really shy. I just one time I got marked absent and I sat in the front row, stuff like that. Yeah. Or there was times where a kid would be like, what school do you go to? I'm like, I'm in your English class.
Really?
Are you whatever? So, and I was on the hockey team and stuff, which was hard because I was the only girl and I easily cried and all this stuff. So it's school was fine, but it just was not I probably would do, if I was me now, I would probably do way better because I'm
more self-determined now.
I'm not, I get embarrassed, but less embarrassed as easy. And I know how to the things I don't like, I know how to cope with.
Right.
Where then I didn't know how to do it because obviously when you're 16, nobody knows how to do anything.
Nobody knows how to do anything.
Yeah. So I don't want to say I hated school because I did the work, easy peas, whatever. You just do your own thing.
Was it easy for you? School was easy for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't want to say it wasn't easy. You had to do the stuff.
Yeah.
But it it happened, and I got good grades, and then I left.
Okay.
So
okay.
I didn't get bit.
No, I'm an AF student.
Oh yeah.
I am an AF student. If I like your class, if you're interesting, if you're a good teacher, if the topic is, fascinating, whatever, straight A's. I will bend over backwards. I will do the extra credit because I think it's interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Like, I will read every single book you recommend. I'm a student.
What the frick?
But if your class is dumb, if you are giving me like busy work just so you have something to grade and you want to control my life, if you are a bully to other students, F. I will get an F in your class so fast.
What the frick?
I won't even show up.
What the frick?
So like in 8th grade, I actually missed more days of school than I attended.
Oh my gosh.
And as a junior in high school, it was pretty much the same. It was pretty dead even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get out? How did they not hold you back?
They almost did. Okay,
oh my gosh.
So the very, very short story of this all is like my favorite subjects are English and history. I absolutely love them.
Okay.
I will study history all day. I would love to be paid just to study history.
Okay.
So English came along. 7th grade, at least in our system, the way that it worked is you had to write a report on a dude that had to die before a certain age, before a certain year, and then you could get into honors English for 8th grade. Well,
I never understood why people were like, I want to get into the honors class. I was like, why do you want more work?
Because I love it. I love it. So anyway, so I wrote a report on a dude that died 4 years later. So I didn't get into honors English because my dude didn't die when he was supposed to.
Okay. Well,
it was a great report, actually. It was a fantastic report, but he didn't die at the right time.
Why didn't you pick someone else?
Because I'm stupid. Because you're in 7th grade. I was like 11.
That's like, if that's the whole thing, is write something that then I would be like,
but here's the thing, is why would the teacher like just fail you? Like the report in all other regards was perfect. It sounds
like it has like one rule and you messed up the one rule.
No, because it was the whole essay thing and you had to do all this kind of stuff. And like, yeah, I'm stupid, but like let's have some education here, not just like rules.
Pass fail.
Right, pass fail, right? Like work with me.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's fair, fine. I didn't get into 8th grade, my bad. I made the mistake. I admit that. I don't hate the teacher. She's fine. So 8th grade comes along and I wanted to get into honors 9th.
Okay.
So I tried. And they're like, well, no, because you weren't in honors 8th, you can't be in honors 9th. And I'm like, excuse me? Why?
You weren't good enough 3 years ago. You're not good enough now.
You're not good enough now. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So I tried again in high school. I tried, sophomore year. I'm like, okay, look, just let me take a test or something. I want to get into honors English. And they're like, no, in our district, if you weren't in it in 9th grade, you can't be in it in 10th grade.
So if you didn't know that you wanted to be a veterinarian when you were born,
when you were 11,
then you don't get to be a veterinarian when you grow up.
Right?
That's it.
So I'm like, okay, F this. Let's try. So all year long in my English class, A, right? I'm nailing it. I go to the teacher after class. I'm like, hey, how can I write my essays better? How can I, like, I'm a go-getter. Like I said, it's A or F, right? So I'm A all year long. And I'm like, okay. She's like, okay, here, you're going to go take this test. You're going to read this book. So extra credit, again, here's another extra credit project for your thing. Go read this book and you're going to take this test. I'm like, sweet, I got this.
Okay.
Ace the test, like literally 100%. Ace the test. I got into honors English. It was on my schedule. So the end of the year comes, all the end of the year testing is done, blah, blah, blah. English teachers just have to entertain you at this point, right?
Right.
So she's like, here's an optional book for you guys to read if you want to.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm really tired.
Right. Like I've worked
I'm done. And I knew the story. I watched the movie 1,000 times. My sister had read the book at least 12 times and talked about it ad nauseum. I know the story. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to.
Yeah.
She went and took me out of honors. She went down and she
said,
you
all
did all that work. She's like, nope, honors students would have read the book.
Oh my gosh. After everything, bro.
I hate you so much, lady. So I didn't get into junior. Okay. So I didn't get into junior. And then like all year long, again, I'm like, I want to get into that AP class. I want to get it so bad because the AP teacher at that time was like stellar. She was top of the district. Like everybody wanted this lady, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I went to my English teacher at the end of the year. I'm like, my dude, I love English. It's my passion. I want to be a writer.
Is that what you were going to do when you grew up?
Among the 12 other things I wanted to do, including joining the circus.
Okay.
So I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be.
Yeah,
I wanted to be a writer since I was a little kid. Actually, I wrote a play in 5th grade. It was so cute.
That's so nice.
So I asked him, and he's like, "Oh, no, you've never been in any honors classes. You won't survive her class." So he wouldn't even let me try.
What the frick?
Yeah. Okay, and that's like my whole education. Like, oh. Every turn I went to, I had a math teacher tell me I was too stupid to learn.
What the frick?
She let a kid cheat off my paper and did nothing about it. I had a geography teacher that didn't believe, like someone had stolen my paper, erased my name, put their name on it and turned it in. But I know that it was mine because I recognized my own handwriting.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, this is my paper. And he's like, well, it doesn't have your name on it. And I'm like, he's a thief. And he's like, well, oh, well.
Okay.
And he talked like that actually too, because he had like this turtle face. Anyway, whatever. We actually called him Turtle behind his back.
Okay.
But yeah, so geography teacher did that to me. My 5th grade teacher was an absolute evil demon from hell. She was the worst.
Yeah.
She would yell at us on a daily.
Yeah.
She made the most popular kid in school cry.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was evil.
Frick.
Yeah, like everywhere I went, that was every single year of school. I have drama from the teachers. They were horrible. Every year.
I want to be like, where did you go? But I mean,
no.
That's why I'm like,
all those teachers are dead now. I'm over that. They're all gone.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. Most of them.
What the frick?
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting slowly. No, I like for realsies, like to the point. I'm actually writing a book right now, and to the point, like I want to write a dedication to the English teachers, all 7 of them, and just be like, you all suck. I wrote my book anyway.
I did it. I mean, that's a lot of people that write their books, and then they're like, because you said I couldn't.
You said I couldn't, and I did it. And guess what? I'm a good author.
That's how the Jim Butcher did his Dresden Files.
Really?
And yeah. Really? They were like, no, you could. I think there was some stipulation where he was like, no, you can't write it within a certain amount of time, or he wrote something, and they're like, just write the beginning, and he was like, yeah, I'll show you, I can do it, and then did it, and that was the first Dresden Files book.
Really?
Or something. Don't quote me on that. Someone's gonna look it up and be like, no, they didn't say it like that. But it was something like that where they were like, no, and he was like, yes, and then he did it, and they were like, oh,
good for him.
So, yeah,
good for him.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay, well, that was like a lot of drama for you, but okay. Here's the other reason why I hate school.
Okay,
is because it's not about learning.
It's about doing the tasks.
It's about doing the tasks. It's about regurgitation. They don't actually care if you master any of the skills that they teach you. Nobody does. Oh, yeah. It's all about making sure that they pass the test so they don't lose their job.
Yep. That you show up and you do something that they ask you to do, and then you get out.
Right. And I hate that. So I have an example of that. So we were in an art class once, and I think they had just barely taught us about Van Gogh, because it was like a Starry Night type of thing.
Okay.
Right. And I love Van Gogh's paintings. Oh, I love him so much. The poor dude. I feel so bad for my heart aches, but gorgeous painting.
Yeah, the Rocco.
Yeah. So my favorite painting is actually Starry Night. Anyway, yeah, it is. I love it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Anyway, so they were like, okay, so now we're gonna take time and we're gonna create our own.
Where is that?
It goes on tour. Last time I heard it was in New York. I don't know where it is now.
Oh, I didn't know it went on tour. I thought they had like the original and then they had like a separate one or something that went on.
Last I heard it was in New York, but I don't know where it is now. Anyways, whatever. I'll find it. I'll find it. So anyways, they're like, okay, so now you're gonna make your own Starry Night, and I'm like, cool, right? I'm gonna make art. So I sat down to do my art, and I was getting real into it and doing so great. I was like, maybe, I don't know, a quarter, half done, something like that. And then she's like, okay, you gotta be done. You have 5 more minutes. And I'm like, excuse me? You want me to recreate one of the most beautiful paintings that has ever been painted, and you're giving me 15 minutes? I think not. Do you want this done, or do you want it done well? And like
no, you just get it done, man. It's just art class.
No, I know, but that's education.
That's fair.
I know. That's what it is. Do you want it done, or do you want it done right?
Yeah.
And they don't care. They just want it done.
They just want it done.
Yeah. I don't care if you understand how math works. I think that's why I stopped in math.
Oh,
it's because they don't care if you understand it. They just want you to get the right answer. And I'm like, but you won't let me use a calculator?
No, man. I have friends that are teachers, and I have one friend that's a teacher, and I feel like she cares. She's an English teacher.
Really?
Yeah, she's an English teacher. She does different English classes. And I feel like she cares that the kids
she's a rare breed.
No, she's an amazing person.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet her.
Yeah, maybe we'll have her as a...
Maybe we should have her as a guest. That'd be fun. She can tell us about English.
I'll just sit here, because English wasn't my thing. Math was my thing at the time. But,
really? Are you good at math?
Not now.
Not now. I bet you were then.
Then I felt super good. I didn't make it like, I made it to geometry of all whatever. Not that actually high, but I was like, I do it and it's easy. No, it's not easy. I cried. I cried all the time in high school and stuff, but
I survived geometry too, but it was trig that got me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I didn't understand it. I got an F in that class too.
I feel like there's some classes that you just get into and your mind's like, no. I'm so sorry, but that's above my pay grade and I can't do this. And then it just makes me mad because you're like, I have to do this is what I want. Anyways, that's what happened when I got into my trade school and tried to do coding, and my brain was literally like, stop. You're hurting me.
And you couldn't go further?
No, I couldn't. And so I switched to graphic design. But it was just,
And I tried college. I tried college for a semester, broke the bank because obviously I'm too stupid to get scholarships. So couldn't get the scholarships.
Your teacher told you that. You should.
Yeah, I'm obviously, I'm too stupid to learn.
Oh my God.
So anyway, I did try college before my mission, and when I got back from the mission, I went to a community college and stuff. But that program was a joke. There was
What were you trying to be? You're still a writer?
No. So I'd given up on that because they told me I couldn't. So it wasn't until later that I was like, I got a spine back.
They
anyway,
all, like, came back and they're like, well, I see there's no honors classes on your.
No. I was like, no. You're like, you suck. You can never actually write anything.
Friggin'
so no, but like I went there and the program started out with 34 students in it, and I was going to become like
what'd you program you say?
Administrative assistant.
Oh, that's right.
Right. I wanted to be like a secretary for those like high powered people, and they're like 3:30 in the morning. I need a Mars bar. Go get me one. I'd be like, I will do that for you. That's what I wanted to do.
The Devil Wears Prada lady.
Yeah, the Devil Wears Prada lady. That's what I wanted to do. Except for not a fashion house.
I want to be Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. Well, except for I have actually never seen that movie. I just know the plot of it.
What the frick?
No, right?
Okay.
I know, but no, that's what I wanted to do, is be that person that, like, I'm throwing a party next week for 300 people. I need you to organize it. Done. I will do that for you.
My God.
That's what I wanted. So anyway, I started this administrative business program, 34 of us all doing it. Mm-hmm. And the dean of our college, or the part of our college, was a nightmare. She was a nightmare. She was a mess of a human being, and she was so demanding and so rude. And
I need you to watch Devil Wears Prada and tell me if you have like trauma flashbacks
or from this lady. Anyway, so we got through the first semester, and by the end of the first semester, there were only 4 of us left. Because she was that awful. And so the four of us, I'll tell you the way, there were 2 Russian foreign exchange students, and so they couldn't leave the program or they'd be deported.
Okay.
Right? Or whatever you do to students, you can't drop or you die.
Yeah.
The other person was a mom whose husband had just died, and she had no college education. She needed something so that she could earn some money.
Okay.
So like her family,
she literally was like, "This is it, man. I have to.
My family will starve. If I don't do this.
Oh gosh.
So she couldn't do it, and me. That was it.
Oh,
that was it.
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this. Like, we're gonna do it. So I finished off that year. I got my certificate, and I was like, I hate this. One of the classes we had to do, and so what happened was this lady was so awful. The dean was so awful that the teacher that was going to teach this class just quit. Like on the first day of class, she just quit.
They just were like, no, thank you.
She's like, I'm out.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I lied.
And so she ran up to her office. The dean did, and she got her secretary, and she's like, "You're going to teach this class." And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "Just go teach him something." And she's like, "Okay."
You're a secretary.
Like, what do I do? She's like, "Teach him how to file." Okay, so she
comes the alphabet.
And you're gonna laugh so hard. This is true. This is really true. So she came down to class and she's like, "Okay, we're gonna learn how to file today." And she's like, "We're gonna do A through F." And I'm like, "No."
What do you mean A through F?
A through F.
Like you can't do the whole alphabet in one go?
Nope. Okay.
Oh gosh.
And I am not lying, or there's no hyperbole. This is what happened.
Yeah.
For 6 weeks, we learned how to file.
Because this poor lady who's like, I am not a teacher.
She was creating lesson plans for the rest of the semester.
Oh my
So like that's what we did for 6 weeks. We had paid all that money to take this class, and that was what we were learning how to do for 6 weeks, learning how to file.
Oh my
so you know what? I can file anything. I am like the goddess of filing. I can do numbers and letters in the same file. I can do it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so good at it. Anyway, so after that, finally we finished off the semester, and I'm like, screw this, I'm out. And so like
I hope that mom made it.
She did. She made it. She made it.
Good.
And some of the Russians too. They transferred from the community college up to the university, so they made it. But I like so the 3 of them survived, but I was done.
Jeez, no wonder you hate school.
I hate it.
Holy frick.
I hate it so much.
I feel like I just was a bland person and just was like, oh, and I made it out. Nice.
No.
Perfect. And then I went to college and was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And this? Oh, I graduated. Cool. Nice. See ya.
No.
And then that was it. And I don't even use it now.
Use it now.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry you had such a bad
go
the whole way.
It is the worst. I cannot think of any positive thing to say about school. It's the worst.
Oh my god. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm like, sure. I was like, I got bullied in the middle school, but that's normal, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
middle school is the junior high is the most garbage place.
Okay, I agree with you.
Those people don't know what they're doing, and they make everybody hate everybody else.
That's true.
So yeah,
it is the worst time of life. I pity anybody between like 12 and 15. It's the worst time to live.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
I think if you can make it through that, you can make it literally through anything in your life. If you can make it through those 3 years. You don't think so?
I don't think that's the
worst I've ever experienced, man. I hated that.
What the frick? I mean, it doesn't prepare you for like death or nothing.
No, but like if I think it makes you realize you're like, okay, that didn't kill me. Like I can do stuff. I can do hard things.
I guess, but I think about hockey before going through 3 years of like pushing myself through that, just starting out of the blue for that thing, than freaking junior high. I just don't think about junior high.
It was too traumatic for you.
Yeah, too traumatic.
I don't like it that people didn't realize you were there, though. That makes me mad. I'm like,
I literally was just quiet. Like, I literally didn't talk. I prided myself on just, like, slithering through the halls of, like, nothing. Like,
I cannot do that. It's not because I'm extroverted. I'm not. Like, people think that I am because, you know, like, I somehow managed to end up in these leadership positions, and I'm absolutely not extroverted at all. The reason I end up in leadership positions is because I hate how other people do things. And I'm like, look, like, it's so easy to be efficient. Just be efficient, and then you don't have problems.
See, that's how I avoid leadership things. People will be like, do you want to be in charge of this? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because I will do it myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell someone else to do it because I know they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay as the peon or the grunt worker, and then I will just do it on my own. Thank you.
It's too hard for me to let people suffer like that. Anyway, okay, so no. Yeah. But, like, I say that my son has what I call tallest tent peg syndrome, where he just always stands out no matter what. Yeah. That's me too. He got it from me. Are we okay? Okay. Anyway, sorry. I just gotta check things. Yes. But, like, I can't, if a teacher is wrong, I can't just let it slide. If a teacher is you know, like, if I have a question, I can't just not ask it.
Oh gosh.
And so like I'm disruptive, and I get noticed, and teachers don't like me. That's hard for them because they need to get something done so that they can get paid and not get fired.
Right.
And I'm like, excuse me, I think that what you just said is not correct.
Is it not theory?
We need to talk about that a little bit more, or like we need to understand it better. You can't just be like,
gloss over.
This is how this is. I'm like, no, we're not just gonna like universally hate a whole group of people in history because you told me to. You need to explain to me why I should like universally hate that entire group of people. Like, no. You don't get to just have an opinion, you have to defend it.
Oh my gosh. Like, that's how I got through math. You don't think, you just
do it. Oh my word, no, I hate that. And see, I think that's why the math teacher hated me so much and told me I would never learn.
Don't ask why. Like,
don't ask why.
Don't
just
ask.
Do it.
Just add. Just do the minus. You just do the thing.
She was, in my defense, was a terrible teacher because she never explained anything. She just stood there and did things on the board, and then you're like, what?
Why?
Can you explain that one more time? And that's where she said that to me. Is I said, could you explain that to me?
Yeah.
And she's like, or oh shoot, I forget exactly what she said, but she said something to the effect of, what don't you get? And I said, well, I don't get this. And she goes, well, you're stupid then.
Oh my gosh.
And then later she said to me, you'll never learn, and you can't learn.
What the frick?
Yeah. And I'm like, just explain.
You should have just been like, well, you can't teach, and then see how it goes.
I know.
If you're already on that level, you might as well just start firing. Not like that makes not like that. But you might as well start swinging then.
You know what? It made me feel so good. About 6 years after I graduated, I found out she got fired.
Really?
She did, and she got fired for threatening a kid. She said she was gonna kill him. And
you cannot do that.
I know
you cannot do that. Oh
and I was
my gosh.
I am so justified. I like feel so justified in not liking her.
Yeah.
Because she was that
She was garbage. You're like, it wasn't just my, junior high brain. It was literally, she was garbage.
She really was garbage. Yeah.
Oof.
Anyway,
okay.
I thought that was hilarious. Okay, so there you go. I hate school.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I want to know other people's stories too.
Yeah.
But you know what would be actually cathartic or like helpful too?
Yeah.
Tell us why you love school. Like, tell us both. I want to hear both. Like, all the reasons you hate it and all the reasons you love it.
Give us a rating on how much you liked school. Like,
1 out of 5.
1, like, I wish I'd rather be non-educated, and 10 being like, I'd go back. So where would you be and why?
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for listening.
No, goodbye.